Good afternoon, Trump's family. Welcome back to my channel. Have a nice month, everyone, and God bless you. Thank you for always watching and subscribing to the channel. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the news. In the mainstream media, Democrat people out there in the mainstream world, people who absolutely hate free speech, are also freaking out again today with the announcement of Kanye West buying Parler. I haven't used Parler in quite some time. I prefer Gab, and I do like using Twitter from time to time still as well. But that will give control of 3 social media companies: True Social being ran by Donald J. Trump, Twitter would be ran by Elon Musk, and of course, Kanye West's running Parler. And as you don't know, all 3 of those individuals are friends with one another. The mainstream media is freaking out because of the acquisition of another social media company by somebody who they disagree with, somebody who is dropping truth bombs all over the place, and whether you agree with him or not, they are the truth, and sometimes the truth does hurt, and these people cannot handle it. And so they're freaking out, and have this whole little segment here on the mainstream media complaining about it. Now see, they're not flipping out as much as they were with Twitter, because Twitter is such a gigantic platform that they have such a hold of it, and when Elon moves to buy it, they absolutely freaked out. Parler, on the other hand, is not as big as maybe True Social, or what's the other one? There's another one out there. I know Gab, I love Gab, Zap, biggest gaps, not big as O. Can't think of the other one that moment off top my head. But there's another one out there. It's not as big as those. However, it's one of those that they tried to paint that January 6th happened because of things that were being said on Parler. Absolutely nonsense anyway. They are still freaking out though, because that means there's 3 more social media companies that they might not have control over, and they don't like that. So let's go and take a listen to what happens here on CNBC as they discuss what's happening. Everyone listen to this. Formerly known as Kanye West has struck a tentative deal now to buy the Parler social media platform. The deal announced just moments ago by Parler's owner, that's Parliament Technologies. Terms were not disclosed. According this press release that I've been looking at, the parties expect to finalize the agreement, they say, soon and close the deal before the end of the year. Parliament will provide technological services and cloud services to Ye or to Kanye, and Kanye will be the owner of Parler. This will now put, if you start to think about it, Elon will own Twitter, Donald Trump alone, Truth Social, and Kanye will own Parler, and then you'll have Mark Zuckerberg, who is already in the metaverse. Social is going to be more public shareholders to have a big mark all over it. But is this Kanye just like a company that can't kick? April 1st? It's not a set. October 17th. I don't know how I don't know this state. October 31st. I don't know the state, you know. Trick or treat, I don't know the state of where Parler is at the moment or still around. I think the Truth Social had is because it got thrown off Twitter. He needs to be on Instagram and all the other services. It's an interesting move. I don't know if anyone's gonna follow him there. But given his commentary right past 2 weeks, do we need to know everything Kanye is thinking at all times? I'm not sure. But perhaps nobody's on Parler. Nobody will be thinking what kind is thinking at all times. We'll see an interesting development in whatever is left of social media. Okay, whatever's left to social media. See, they don't like it because they're losing more and more control over social media. And they don't like the fact that people can freely talk and be able to have conversations. They don't like that. They like to be able to censor, and they like to be the arbiters of information. The mainstream traditional train mainstream media to traditional way that we used to receive information through the big networks and things like that. Newspapers are the way to dinosaur. They cannot stand that people have the ability to actually have their own programs that are not funded by their big technology companies who will sit there and make you say what they want you to say. So this stuff absolutely scares them. And if they were ever to lose YouTube, that would be a crushing blow to the cabal of globalists out there wanting to control every asset of your thoughts. And this is some big news. It's looking more and more certain Joe Biden will be impeached, and according to the testimony, the latest FBI whistleblowers coming forward, he might even be convicted in the Senate. We're gonna take a look at the bombshell allegations coming out of the FBI and how they're absolutely blowing the roof off the Biden crime family once and for all. The Post-Millennial is reporting that new whistleblower documents obtained by Senator Chuck Grassley have revealed that President Biden was indeed aware of Hunter Biden's business arrangements and appears to have been personally involved in some of them. According to report by Fox News, Grassley sent a letter yesterday to Attorney General Merrick Garland and FBI Director Christopher Wray, outlining new whistleblower allegations that claim the FBI is, quote, significant, impactful, and voluminous evidence with respect to potential criminal conduct by Hunter Biden and James Bond, and James Biden being Sleepy Biden's brother. The letter was obtained by the Washington Examiner, and it went on to accuse the FBI of, quote, a pattern and practice of. Again, citing FBI whistleblower allegations, Senator Grassley wrote, quote, the FBI has within its possession a series of documents relating to information on Mykola Zil-Chotsky, the owner of Burisma, and his business and financial associations with Hunter Biden. The documents that the FBI has possession include specific details with respect to conversations by non-government individuals relevant to potential criminal conduct by Hunter Biden, and here's the key. These documents also indicate that Joe Biden was aware of Hunter Biden's business arrangements and may have been involved in some of them. Now that's the juicy part, and I keep in mind, it's enough to have solid evidence that Biden did indeed know about Hunter's illicit business dealings because, of course, Biden denied ever talking to Hunter about such dealings. Catching him in that blatant lie would be bad enough, but now we're finding more and more evidence. The old Sleepy Joe had his hand in a Hunter's crack pipe. Okay, he was financially benefiting from Hunter's business dealings. Now this guy is Chotsky is the founder of the Ukrainian company Burisma Holdings, where Hunter Biden sat on the board to the tune of $83,000 a month. It's a gas company that paid Hunter $1 million a year, obviously, so they could get access to his father, this guy, Exo Seski, as a very long list of corruption accusations against him and the like. And unfortunately for the Biden crime family, the whistleblowers within the FBI are zeroing in as well on their relationship with the now defunct CCP energy company called CFC. So what you have to do in all this, which you have to get this, there's basically 3 lines of evidence that are all converging together to show that Joe and Hunter were indeed part of illicit business activities together. 2 of those lines of evidence come from the infamous Hunter Biden laptop, and 1 of them comes from corroborating eyewitness testimony. So if you've got those 3 lines of evidence clear in your own mind, you can explain precisely how bumbling Biden is corrupt to the core. So what these whistleblowers from within the FBI are saying is that these 3 lines of evidence absolutely call for a full investigation of both Hunter and Sleepy Joe. The first line of evidence is the emails found on Hunter's laptop, most especially the now infamous Big Guy email. It was sent from James Gilliard, a business partner of Hunter Biden's, and involves distributing the income Hunter's company was getting from that CCP-owned energy company, this Chinese company known as CEFC. And the email reads, at the moment, there's a provisional agreement that the equity will be distributed as follows: 20% for H, that's Hunter, 20 for our W, that's a fella by the name of Rob Walker, as another business partner of Hunter's, 24 JG, that's guiltier, 20% for TB, that's a fella named Tony Bob Alinsky, who will meet in a moment, and he's since come forward to testify against Hunter and Sleepy Joe, 10%. For Jim, that's Sleepy Joe's brother, Jim Biden. And then of course 10% held by that's Hunter for the big guy. Now, of course, the question is, who is this big guy? Well, according to an investigation by the British Daily Mail, the term big guy returns a total of 41 hits when searching throughout Hunter's laptop emails, and those hits clearly show that the codename was being used for Sleepy Joe. So here we have an explicit email stating that Biden was indeed profiting off of Hunter's illicit business dealings, in this case, with China no less. The second line of evidence are the photos that have been discovered on the laptop. Now, not only do we have emails, but we actually have pictures of Sleepy Joe posing with Hunter's business associates, the very ones that Biden said he knew nothing about. One of the pictures shows then Vice President Biden next to Mexican billionaire Carlos Slim, with Hunter off to the side. There are a number of Hunter's business associates, other business associates as well in the picture. Another picture shows Biden with some of Hunter's business associates from Kazakhstan. So as you can see, these photos indicate that the big guy clearly knew the business associates that Hunter was getting all this money from. And finally, there's the eyewitness testimony of Hunter's former business partner, Tony Bob Alinsky. Tony Bob Alinsky has confirmed and sworn testimony that the big guy is indeed Joe Biden, and that Biden did in fact meet with Hunter's business associates on multiple occasions where Bob Alinsky was himself present. We also now know that Joe and Hunter commingled their finances and shared bank accounts, with Hunter actually covering their family expenses and travel with his illicitly gained multi-millions. In short, what we know from the emails, photos and the Bubble-Insky testimony implicate the entire Biden family, as having not only illicitly profited off of Biden's office as vice president, but they did so in order lately with CCP money. And now we're learning that FBI whistleblowers are coming out and saying that from what they've seen, there's more than enough evidence for a full FBI investigation, not just in the Hunter, but in the Joe Biden himself. So obviously, we'll be keeping a very close eye on how things develop, and make sure you keep a close eye on some wonderful new free resources we're going to be having available just for you for the upcoming elections. You're going to absolutely love them. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. If you're up for it, I'm gonna get back to work. Thanks for watching, and I will